Only 5 signs of the Zodiac are under God's protection their entire lives. In every person's life, there are moments when they look up at the sky and ask, "Why did this happen to me and not something else?" But there are those who get answers faster than they ask questions. There are 5 signs of the Zodiac whose lives seem to be enveloped in an invisible force. They move forward as if an invisible hand deflects the worst blows from them, directs them in the right direction, and opens the way where others see only a wall. This is not a coincidence or a coincidence. It is a profound esoteric law that works regardless of whether we believe in it. Today, as the author of this channel and a person who has been studying the symbolic layers of the future for many years, I will reveal to you the truth about those who are under God's protection throughout their lives. You will learn why they receive support when others lose strength, why they are led out of chaos onto a smooth path, and how this protection affects their character, decisions, and destiny. Before we continue, please share in the comments. Have you ever felt that you were being guided by a higher power? Your answers help make the content more accurate and valuable. And if this isn't your first time here, or you're just getting acquainted with our space of deep knowledge, subscribe. There's even more material ahead to help you understand your own path and see what is usually hidden. The first sign is Gemini. From childhood, Gemini live with the feeling that an invisible dome of safety constantly protects them. They are not always aware of this, but time and again, situations arise in their lives where others would lose everything. But Gemini come out with minimal losses or even benefit. Their path is not like a smooth road without obstacles. On the contrary, it is full of sharp turns, conflicts, and risks. But it is at critical moments that a special protection manifests itself, preventing events from destroying them completely. They may make mistakes, make ambiguous decisions, change the direction of their lives. But each time they find a way out that seems almost impossible to an outside observer. Gemini are protected by God because of their ability to be conduits of meaning. They carry information, words, and ideas that influence other people more than they themselves realize. Their phrases often become a turning point for someone, advice that changes the course of events, or an impetus for an important decision. That is why they cannot be removed from the game early. Their presence is needed. In the life of Gemini, there are often moments when danger is too close. Broken agreements, financial failures, betrayals, risky paths. But every time, something intervenes. A random phone call, a delay, an unexpected meeting that averts the blow. Their protection does not manifest itself in the form of gifts or easy victories. It works differently. Gemini are not broken completely. They may lose people, status, resources, but they always keep the main thing, the opportunity to start again without losing their inner core. Even in difficult times, they are able to think clearly, see several options for the development of events, and find the one that leads to survival. This is not luck or coincidence, but a form of constant supervision, where the limit of permissible losses is clearly defined. God's protection for Gemini is also manifested in the fact that they are allowed to make more mistakes than others. Where one mistake is fatal for some, for Gemini it becomes a lesson. They adapt quickly, learn, change tactics, and keep moving. It is this ability not to get stuck in defeat that makes them dangerous to circumstances and strong in the face of any challenges. Their path is one of constant movement, and as long as they keep moving, protection remains with them. Second sign, Leo. Leo enters life not quietly and cautiously, but as if the world is already obliged to take note of his presence. From an early age, they face trials that could break anyone else: sudden losses, public defeats, blows to their pride, moments when it seems that the ground is finally disappearing from under their feet. This is where God's protection manifests itself, which for Leo never looks like indulgence. It is a harsh but precise mechanism for preserving his essence. Leo may be humiliated by circumstances, but they have no right to destroy his core. He falls loudly, painfully in full view of the world, but each time he rises, retaining his sense of self-worth. His life often resembles an arena where every step is under scrutiny. Attempts to break Leo through fear, financial pressure, or loneliness almost always fail. In the darkest periods, a strength emerges that prevents him from sinking into pettiness or betraying himself. God's protection manifests itself here as an inner boundary. Leo may lose a lot, but never his right to remain himself. That is why people either admire him or fear him, sensing that they are faced with a personality that cannot be completely broken. The drama of Leo's life lies in the fact that he often pays a high price for his role. His path is accompanied by lonely decisions, responsibilities that others shy away from, and the need to keep going even when everything inside is screaming with exhaustion. But at the most critical moment, something always comes to his aid. A person who appears at the right time, a chance that opens up on the brink of defeat, or an event that drastically changes the balance of power. This is not a coincidence, but a precise intervention that prevents Leo from leaving the stage prematurely. God's protection accompanies Leo throughout his life, precisely because he is responsible not only for himself. His presence influences others, forcing them to see an example of strength, dignity, and endurance. And as long as Leo is able to withstand the pressure and remain true to himself, this protection does not disappear, even when it seems that the whole world is against him. Third sign: Virgo. Virgo lives as if every step she takes is under strict but fair supervision. Chaotic disasters rarely occur in her life. Blows come quietly, systematically, testing her endurance, discipline, and inner honesty. God's protection for Virgo is manifested not in loud miracles, but in a precise balance. Events unfold in such a way that she always has a chance to fix everything if she acts responsibly. Even in situations where a mistake could have irreversible consequences, there is a way to recover that seems logical but almost unattainable to others. Her life is often filled with the pressure of responsibilities, demands, and internal standards that she sets for herself. Virgo can carry the responsibility of others for years, silently correcting the mistakes of others and maintaining systems that should have collapsed long ago. This is where special protection manifests itself. She is not allowed to break down completely. In moments of extreme exhaustion, a resource appears, a new opportunity, unexpected support, inner clarity that allows her to regain control. Her path is difficult but not chaotic, and each trial has a clear boundary. The drama of Virgo's life is hidden from prying eyes. Outwardly, she appears composed, cold, and rational. But inside, there is a constant struggle between the desire to control everything and the need to trust a higher order. God's protection acts as a restraint system here. Virgo may be tested for a long time, but at the critical moment, she is not left without a way out. She does not fall into the abyss. She is stopped one step before the edge, forcing her to reconsider her route. The peculiarity of Virgo is that her life has a hidden mission: to maintain order where decay reigns. That is why she is allowed to go through difficult scenarios, but not allowed to get lost in them. She may lose her illusions, people, plans, but she retains a clear mind and the ability to rebuild everything anew, already on a different level. God's protection for Virgo is a constant course correction that lasts a lifetime and keeps her from straying from her path, even when it seems that she has no strength left. Fourth sign, Capricorn. Capricorn enters life as if it knows from the very beginning that it will not be easy. Its path is shaped by pressure, restrictions, and the need to endure more than seems possible. What seems like an unfair burden to others becomes the norm for Capricorn. This is where God's protection manifests itself, not in the form of relief, but in the form of endurance. He is not saved from difficulties, but these difficulties are not allowed to destroy him. Capricorn lives in a long-distance running mode, where it is not the fastest who survives, but the one who does not stop. There are often periods in his life when it seems that he is left alone against the system, people, and circumstances. He may not be helped, supported, or believed in. But at the most critical moments, events unfold in such a way that Capricorn receives exactly as many resources as he needs to survive. No more and no less. This is precise, tough protection that does not allow them to relax, but also does not allow them to fall completely. Even when everything around them is falling apart, they remain in control of the most important thing, their own actions. The drama of Capricorn's life lies in the fact that his path is almost never accompanied by applause. His victories are often invisible to others, but they have enormous intrinsic value. He learns to take blows silently, without shifting responsibility or looking for excuses. God's protection manifests itself here as an unshakable inner support. Even in moments of extreme exhaustion, Capricorn does not lose the ability to act coolly and rationally. This is what saves him where emotions could destroy everything. Capricorn is under God's protection throughout his life, because he has the ability to maintain structure where others give up. He is not broken by long pauses, delays, or slow progress. He keeps going even when the path seems meaningless. And as long as he maintains this endurance, protection remains with him, preventing a final fall. Fifth sign, Sagittarius. Sagittarius lives with a sense of inner challenge, as if his life is constantly being tested for honesty with himself. His path is filled with risks, drastic decisions, and moments when he consciously goes beyond the limits of what is permitted. This is where God's protection manifests itself. Sagittarius is allowed to go where others dare not, but is not allowed to perish in the process. He may find himself on the brink of loss, scandal, or failure, but each time, events stop just short of the point of no return. His life often looks like a series of bold bets. Sagittarius is capable of putting everything on one idea, person, or direction, even if logic screams of danger. At such moments, special supervision manifests itself. Circumstances are adjusted so that the blow is not fatal. He may lose his illusions, destroy old plans, but he retains the main thing, the freedom to move on. God's protection for Sagittarius is the constant avoidance of fatal scenarios when the risk was too high. The drama of his life lies in the fact that Sagittarius often pays for his straightforwardness and inner truth. He does not know how to live halfway, does not tolerate falsehood and restrictions, which constantly creates conflicts. But even in the most acute situations, there is a way out that allows him to preserve himself. He may be expelled, devalued, rejected, but he always finds himself where he can start a new stage without internal collapse. Sagittarius is under God's protection because his path is one of searching for meaning and truth, even when it is dangerous. He is allowed to make mistakes, take risks, break old structures, but he is not allowed to disappear. As long as he moves forward without betraying his own essence, this protection accompanies him, keeping him on the border between chaos and the possibility of new growth.